Good afternoon and welcome to the Blue Line Metals Edge here for Monday, September 26th. I'm Phillip Streible, Chief Market Strategist at Blue Line Futures. You watch this on YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe to our videos. If you need additional information, go to bluelinefutures.com or send an email to info@bluelinefutures.com. Now today we started off, we were much weaker. It looked like we were having a capitulation point at one point, especially with the British pound. But getting into the S&P and everything else, we could see that coming into the morning, we started a rally, and it was really this peak right around 9:30. The first hour of trading was a nice long signal. Unfortunately, it couldn't hold, and now we're starting to back off. You can see a lot of the concern and a lot of the chatter is that we're testing these lows back here in June. So it's something to keep an eye on. If we close below that, we could be starting a new leg lower. Now, getting into the British pound, that was the one that I was talking about that last night really fell out of bed. Somebody really liquidated quite a few contracts down here, and that was what got the dollar index up near its highs, put some pressure on the metals and things like that. But now as this day is progressing, the market's just unable to hold. So looking at Tactical Insights report here, we did flip a couple of these on the bearish side, on the neutral side. So you can see all your equities are going to be bearish. Your crude oil's bearish, euro's bearish, dollar's bullish, platinum's neutral. If it can't hold up here, we're probably going to have to liquidate some of the longs on platinum, and we'll see this market continue to head lower. Bearish on copper. Silver's another one that could trigger shorts in the new trend lower. So this is really a bad deflationary environment here. If you're trading any of these, you're going to want to use these reversal buy and sell points. So if we're bearish on gold, we get back up to this reversal sell point, that'd be where you'd be establishing a short at. Here's where you'd be covering. It's not necessarily a place to go long. Looking at the chart, you can see that we're in this defined bear market here in the gold market. Not really holding up much support at all. We really need growth to come down quite a bit. We need the Fed to change their stance, going from so hawkish to perhaps maybe intervening in some of the currencies like what we saw in the British pound, and we also saw that in the Japanese yen. Now, if you're trading this and you're following this trade, you're up significantly. That sell trigger 1748 short on the August 22nd settlement. You have $9,200 with the market settling at 1655. Crowding analysis just shows that managed money just continues to liquidate, and it's in a net short position on that gold market. Same thing with silver, breaking down quite a bit. We're getting a little bit more of a follow through. Market is flat right now. At least the trend following system's flat. We're going to break below 1870. We could trigger a short. So let's see where we're at here on the markets. Silver 1858. So not looking good for the bulls on that silver market. It's going to trigger a short. We'll give you some new updated positions. I think the way to play these markets right now is through calculated risk. You either need to have a stop loss point or you need to do an option strategy. And we can always adjust these strikes and everything for you if this is out of your budget. Looking at on silver, the net position is short. It did come out of that extreme net short position. However, they're going to start selling it again, especially with this breakdown. I'm really surprised gold-silver ratio bouncing back like that, given the weak economic environment and the breakdown in the copper market, as you can see. Generally, this pattern, it continues itself, and we end up getting back down to these lows. So look for that continuation. Trend following system short. It's been short all the other months, too. May, July copper, short on both of those. You can see on the copper, on the commitment of traders report, they're still net short on managed money. I think that this is going to get even more of a bigger short position. And then platinum, that rollover right here, it's not a great chart pattern either. We should have held this 50-day moving average. The fact that we couldn't, it's a bad sign as well. So currently the system, on the front month it's long, but on the back months, they could be short or they could be neutral. So it's a tough call. When you get the sideways trading pattern like this, it's going to trigger both buys and sells. What people wondering why market's selling off, it's because we're in this deflationary environment. You can see when we get into these environments where we were approaching it first quarter of 20, second quarter of 2020 when COVID fully struck, deflationary environment. And even though we're in here, it's shallow right now, this could accelerate, could get worse. And you could see these two pivot down into deflation where we have multiple quarters. So you're going to want to keep an eye on that. NASDAQ, it is short. You can see it's doing really well, up $15,985 on a one lot. And a lot of it also has to tie in with the Fed raising rates and being real aggressive with it, not backing off at all. Unlike the British pound and the Bank of England, their problem is that they're staying too fiscally accommodative, cutting taxes, cutting things like that, trying to boost growth. It's not going to work. They're going to have to take the hard stance. Now, looking this week, we do have a lot of FOMC members all speaking. So one of them could try and help support the markets, but we'll see. I mean, it's just too many out there. And if you look at the heat map here, when it comes to the commodities, you can see that almost everything is lower. Coffee, there is a report going on about the size of the crop could be a lot smaller. So that's really the only thing up. Kind of surprised that orange juice is not rallying. Generally, when you get that hurricane that goes through into that area, that Panama City and east of that, you'll tend to get that going. So performance-wise, everything is much lower. There's really no places to hide right now. So if you have any questions, futures option trading, you want to check out some of our reports, you want to get the Morning Express had a really good write-up here on currencies today. There was a Morning Express a couple days ago that was great. Those are some of the ones that I print out, keep forever. So if you have any questions, futures option trading, give us a call, 312-858-7303. Remember that futures and option trade does involve risk of loss, may not be suitable to all investors. Good luck, good trading.